We.
See, you know what? If
Right.
Donald Trump actually wasn't just a stupid dumbass, and he was like an actual like everything they claimed he was, he kind of did it with the Farm Bill, but should have just said full cannabis legalization, bitch. I don't care. I'm Donald Trump. I have a huge cock and I own the Republican Party, and I, in this universe where I have a huge cock, am going to legalize weed. And that's all it took in another universe was Donald Trump having a huge cock.
Listen, I sell the greatest marijuana.
Yeah, we talked about that when he was running for his second term.
We did talk about that.
Yeah, we talked about that repeatedly, that if he would just do that, he'd have his second term in the bag.
Yeah, dude, he'd be a legend. There'd be so many more stickers.
I've got the best marijuana.
And Biden didn't pull the trigger either.
Mine's the greenest. It's the dankest. You can smell me coming down the hallway. I smell like a skunk. They said you smell like a skunk. I was like, I know I smell like a skunk. I've got the best weed ever.
I smoked weed with Snoop Dogg, and he said I had good kush.
Me, Snoop Dogg, Willie Nelson, Cheech, and Chong, we were all together. And I was like, this is the greatest smoking circle ever, right? They were like, yeah, this is the greatest circle. I was like, I know. I've been in a lot of circles. This is a pretty great circle. I think if Donald Trump was in that smoke circle, he'd have to bring his own joint.
Yeah, it's like gold. Like he'd have like gold joints that are like roughly rolling. Paper.
Snoop Dogg passed me a joint. Snoop Dogg passed me a blunt. I was like, I don't smoke that. I'm sorry.
Donny T asks to be handed the J.
We as Americans have proven we don't give a fuck about racism, misogyny, homophobia, blocking children. We don't give a fuck about any of that shit, right? Don't give a fat fuck. We would probably like unironically like Trump just to like, even if he did none of that other shit, we're still Americans. So if he did something really good for us and legalized weed, and that's good for like so many people we know, it'll bring joy to our hearts that it's like one less thing the police can harass black folks about and shit. Like, but honestly, we wouldn't have given a fuck about 90% of the other shit we fucking did.
That's for sure.
We'd be aware of it, but you know what I mean? But no, he just had to go out and actually be a fascist. But at least he knocked the mask off the Republican Party. Jesus. Like we'd have Donald Trump stickers if he had a fat cock and smoked huge joints.
See, that's where I disagree. Actually,
you wouldn't fuck with him.
No,
you wouldn't fuck with
I don't
Trump
know. I don't know if I said this to y'all. If I was like fully able to say it, but like looking back and looking at him now. Even if he was fully on our side, fully supporting us, but he was still the same person, I don't know how you could possibly do that. But if he was somehow still the gross person saying all the gross things, and yet a full-blooded Democrat pulling for all of the positions that you and I want, a nice progressive one.
He'll grab your ideas about the pussy.
I still couldn't vote for him. And maybe that would change. Maybe I'm just saying that because it's the good thing to say. But like, the man's gross. I don't think I could do it. I really don't like him as a person.
It would have been. My thing is though, it would have been so much easier for people just to write.
But
it
he would have absolutely.
Like, cool.
He would have cruised to 2 terms.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Cruised.
He would have. It would have been so easy to write off all his other behaviors.
Yeah. Or he didn't even have to do that. All he had to do was shut his trap during 2020. That's it. That's all he had to do. Was say, I'm going to listen to the people who have done this for 50 years. And he would have, again, cruised to re-election. No question.
Yeah, a lot more of his supporters would be alive. I'm just surprised they didn't try to protect their supporters.
Honestly, yeah.
Like, that's what really fucks me up so much. Because, like, a lot of that base, especially that highly energizable evangelical base that has mobilized the party of Lincoln since the fucking Reagan days, they were easily the most easy to get fucking victimized, and they held a lot of fucking important jobs.